Lou here. If you're new to the channel, I'm a huge fan of Genshin Impact. I fell in love with the game around April of 2021 and haven't been able to put it down since. There's something so fun about the game, from exploring the world of Teyvat to the Spiral Abyss. However, one thing I do catch now and then is misconceptions about the series. Today, I thought I'd explore some Genshin Impact misconceptions. Obviously, I do have to give a major spoiler warning, by the way. I'm going to be spoiling up until the current game. So if you haven't caught up with the game, I don't recommend this video because major spoilers ahead. No obvious misconceptions either. I think everyone knows elemental reactions and what top tier characters are by now, so none of that. I also have to warn that I pretty much had to scour Google and Mihoyo's community page to look at some misconceptions, since the people I know that play Genshin for the gameplay over the lore, and the ones that do play for the lore know as much as I do, so it was a little tricky. Still, let's crack at it. Spoiler warning again, by the way. Just wanted to reiterate so no one gets spoiled. Moosh is a clone of A. Duh. Now this is, because it's kinda poorly worded, but according to Raiden Shogun's bio and what Yae says at the end of the Archon quest, Scaramouche was not designed to be a clone of A. Yes, he has the same intellect as her according to the original Mandarin language for the game, but not an exact copy. A made him as an alpha prototype. He's basically thrown together just to see if making a puppet really works, and since it does, she just sent him off on his way with no memories of being a puppet, just living as though he's an ordinary Inazuma boy. Man, because ages in Genshin are weird sometimes. This one was actually brought up by someone I know who thought Scaramouche was A's clone, and he's not. He's just a proof of concept, kind of like when an artist is trying to make something new, they'll make a completely different design first, just to test out the medium. Think of it like that. Genshin Impact is just a Breath of the Wild clone. Now, I can see where people are coming from when people say stuff like this. When Genshin Impact first came out, specifically around Venti's first banner, there was a rather popular video within the Nintendo community showcasing just how similar Genshin's characters' abilities were to Link from Breath of the Wild. I can see that it is a clone for only the first hour. After you make it to Mondstadt, the game changes pretty quickly. While it does have similar gameplay structure and some characters have similar abilities to the champion abilities along with a glider, but I honestly think that's where it ends as far as the similarities are concerned. What I think makes it differ so heavily from Breath of the Wild is the fact that Genshin explores a vast amount of cultures, mythologies, combat, and its upgrading system. As for the cell shading, honestly, that's a really stupid argument. Just because a game has cell shading doesn't mean it's a Breath of the Wild clone. I mean, by that logic, Fire Emblem and Ni no Kuni are Breath of the Wild knockoffs. Obviously, Mihoyo does admit that Breath of the Wild was a massive inspiration and blueprint for how they wanted the game to feel, which is not bad at all. I also saw some people claiming that Genshin stole Link's climbing animation. I'm not even sure where the hell they got that idea, but I can guarantee you it's not true at all. I think that was honestly just someone's salt. Overall, Genshin was inspired by Breath of the Wild, but it's not a clone. All Genshin characters are minors. Oh gosh, this one I see on Twitter a lot for some reason. Twitter just loves to forget short people exist, and I swear the word minor coded for a short character makes me want to scream. While there are some characters in Genshin who are canonically children like Klee, Diona, Chi-Chi, Xingqiu, and maybe Bennett, to say every character is a minor is a little dumb. I'm not kidding that I once saw a post on either YouTube or Twitter where someone said Jean was 16. Jean, the character who can canonically drink alcohol despite the fact that our character is apparently too young for alcohol? I mean, by that logic, our character must be like 10 years old or something. I know that Mihoyo probably doesn't reveal character ages because there's a lot of immortal characters or ones that live very long lives, so they probably just don't want to say anything to play it safe with fans. It also doesn't help that different translations in the game imply the drinking age of their country is there. Like, the English translation translation of the game is implied to use the US drinking age of over the age of 21. So Venti is over 21 in the English version, while it's 18 in China, so Venti is over 18 in China. I can see why they won't confirm anything because these translations alone make it a fucking mess. I say this, by the way, because the game would be rated M or have to go through several massive character changes to allow or remove Venti drinking. Not to mention that a lot of these characters have professions that would have taken literal years to get there. Like, Noelle has been taking the Knight's exam for years according to her hangout event. So, you're telling me if Noelle is like 15, they let a 10-year-old join? I mean, I know Klee is the exception, but she's not involved in anything. They just babysit her because her mom is powerful and whatever species she is. Maybe an elf, just because of the ears anyway. Point is, not every character in Genshin is a minor. Come to think of it, because the game is rated T, they probably keep it open to interpretation, so teens can play self-project onto the characters with high school AUs on TikTok or something. It's pretty much all down to players' interpretation of the characters. There are some players who interpret everyone but the literal babies, like Diona and Klee as adults, while there are some who interpret everyone as teenagers. Yes, even Lisa for some reason, who looks like the furthest thing from a child, but okay. So, harassing someone for drawing Noelle in a stereotypical French maid outfit or Tartaglia getting spicy with Zhongli is just silly to me. That's like harassing Vocaloid artists for making adult content with Miku, who's literally whatever you want her to be. Oh wait. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video though. I like talking about misconceptions to a series I love every now and then. So in the description will be links to my other misconception videos. If you guys have any suggestions or misconceptions you had about Genshin, let me know down below. Hey guys, thanks for watching! If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're new. If any of you would like to help support my channel in any possible way, my Ko-fi page is down below in the description, along with all of my social media. For any subscribers, new or old, who'd like to help with video ideas, or maybe just want to talk about anime or something, I have a fan server linked down below. See you next time!